Is it out?
Yep.
Yeah, it is. I really like that one. That one's nice.
Welcome back, everybody. It's that time of year again, and we are going over the top 5 items that we have reviewed in 2023. Gear items specifically, so not guns. We already did a video on that. I'm not sure if it's up yet. I don't know what order I'm going to post these in. Regardless, stick around and look for that video as well. But in order to be eligible for the video, it has to be a review that we did between January 1st and December 31st of 2023. We did like 140 videos, I think, this year. So there's a lot to pick from. I think on YouTube it's less than that. I think YouTube is like around 110 because I was banned at the beginning part of the year. But if you're watching on Rumble, yeah, there's been a bunch. So like I said, top 5. And they're in no particular order, and there's not like defined criteria, like the best for the money or the most revolutionary or whatever the case may be. It's just items that stand out that I highly, highly recommend, just based on our usage here. And of course, for those who are new here, we don't just like do unboxing videos and talk about stuff. Like, all this stuff is heavily used. So we put it to the test and then bring you the best here at the end of the year. So with that, let's get into it. One of them here, the Streamlight ProTac Rail Mount 2.0. And this one here is a 2000 lumen, 18,000 candela weapon light. So it comes with a 1913 mount. They're actually coming with M-LOK mounts as well. When I got it, it didn't, but now they do. It has a tail cap here, which has the ability to take tape switches, or you can just run it with the actual switch itself. It's 10-tap programmable, meaning that there's a lot of different output modes that you can program into it. That's kind of SureFire's thing. And then it also is USB-C rechargeable right there. You don't have to take the light off or take the battery out to charge it, which is definitely cool. The battery does have a USB charger in it as well if you guys want to charge it that way, but there certainly is no reason to do so. But the really kind of thing that makes this light make the list is not so much the output. It's a combination of the output and the price point. So if you guys watch, my social media for sales and things like that throughout the year, these have been going for, again, on sale, $109 to $120. So in terms of value proposition, I think it's pretty darn good. I don't know if you guys can see here, but that thing is beat up. Like, we have beat the crap out of this light, doing drop testing and all types of stuff on the channel. Check out the full review, you will see. And this light is going strong. And right now, as of when I'm making this video, we have it's not a new version of it, it's a different version, kind of like a brother of this light. And it is the Pro version. Big difference is on that one is 1,000 lumens, but 50,000 candela. So a much more throwy light. But I think for a lot of people who, have like a rifle for home defense or something like that, this is going to be the option that they're going to want to go with. I will get into all that when I do that upcoming video. But it really does illuminate everything in front of you for quite a distance. So, and again, the value proposition is insane in my opinion. So there is that. Next up is going to be the first optic of the year. This one right here. This is the Holosun AEMS. This is the full version, not the core. I'm sure the core is good. I just don't have one. And this red dot is very good for a number of reasons. Really, the only con, if you go back and watch my video, is I'm not a huge fan of the mount. But other than that, this thing is phenomenal. The transmission of light that you get with it, the low light and also night vision performance of it are phenomenal. And really, it just does a good job at doing everything red dots do well. Everything is very clean. There's no, everyone who has an astigmatism is going to argue, but if you look through a camera lens and look at it, everything's super, super crisp in the reticle, and it does have the donut of death reticle. You can also switch it out for just the dot if that's what you want. It's fully programmable with the buttons over there on the side. It has the solar backup, which is of questionable practical use in my opinion, but really it's just very, very good. It has a large window, which a lot of people like, and for the price point it comes in at, it's coming in sub $400, which is a pretty good value, especially considering that Holosun now has proven themselves to be a very high quality optics company when they want to make high quality optics. They still offer budget stuff that isn't quite as high quality, but this for a while was their premier red dot. It might still be. Some folks would probably argue that. I haven't asked the folks at Holosun what they think about that, but it's one of them for sure. It's very, very good. And if the name was a different name, i.e. not Holosun, but had all the same type of performance, a lot of companies would be charging north of $600 for this product in my opinion. It's very, very good. And we obviously recommend it. Next one up is going to be the first silencer on the video. This is probably the only product that we're going to talk about tonight that isn't relatively new. All the other stuff, whether it came out in 2023, some of it did. Yeah, some of them definitely did. But this one didn't. This one came out in like 1999, I believe. Which is crazy to think about. So this is the AEM5 silencer for the Mark 12 system, and it's to date. We have, for folks who haven't watched the videos, we have fully calibrated mil-spec decibel testing meters here, which are very expensive, so thank you for watching. But this is the quietest 556 silencer we've tested to date, and that includes like all the new high-end Gucci stuff. This thing, which again is old school technology, I mean, it's heavy, there's other downsides to it, but just in terms of quietness, it's the quietest one we have tested to date, and again, been around since, you know, before the global war on terror, which is crazy. But obviously this one's beat up, man. This thing has, Lord knows how many rounds through it, a lot on all of my Mark 12s, which is a few. And it's a great silencer. It does a great job at flash hiding as well. And it was probably the first silencer, at least that I'm aware of anyway. If I'm wrong, please correct me down below. I'd love to know. But it's the first silencer I know of that they actually engineered the baffle stack to be better at hiding flash. Before that, I think it was just something that was an afterthought for a lot of companies, but because this was designed for a military use, that was one of their primary objectives, and they did that very well. If you look at like the cans nowadays that have all types of end caps and stuff like that that are specifically designed to hide flash, this does it as well as those, but does it with the shape of the baffles on the inside. It's part of the testing protocol rather that it went through. And again, very cool to see that it's over 20 years old and is still competing with the big boys. And these aren't that expensive either. So if you're interested in that, definitely check it out. Next up, what are we going to go with? All right, we're going to go with a kind of a twofer, which is really a threefer, if we're being honest. So it's the SureFire Turbo series. So these lights are American made for the folks who value that. If that's something you're into. They're as American made as possible. I do believe that emitters are not made in America anymore, but feel free to fact check me on that as well. But so the pistol mounted version, we've reviewed all these this year. Pistol mounted version is 66,000 candela, which is insane for a pistol light. Additionally, if you look at anything else that compares with it in terms of output as well as being made in America, it's cheaper than most, which is weird to say about a SureFire product. So if you guys follow me, again, on all my socials, I highly recommend it. That's why I post the sales as well as my daily deals email. But if you guys follow me there, we've been regularly posting this for under $260. Now, that is expensive for a weapon light. There's no doubt about it. That's not lost on me. But the only thing that is American made that competes with this in terms of the actual output that you're getting is the mod light, which is, you know, $100 more than that. So very, very good performance for the money if you want an American-made product to satisfy your, you know, pistol weapon-mounted needs. And then additionally, we also reviewed the Scout Turbo series. So this is the full-size one. I also reviewed the Mini in the same video. You guys can check it out. They're almost identical in terms of output, with the exception being battery life is a little bit longer on the full-size here. It's also a little heavier, as you would imagine. There's trade-offs with everything. But this light right here is giving you 100,000 candela. I mean, it's just insane to say. 100,000 candela of output. I believe this one's 700 lumens. And this piece right here is your mount. So you don't have to buy a mount for it. It comes with it. And it's available, it comes with a 1913 mount, which is the one we have here. And then it also comes with the M-Lock mount. And you can actually adjust the cant and get it nice and snug on your rail. And again, price point wise on these, for what it is, I have to be clear on that. If you guys want something cheaper, another good light, that's half the cost, I get it. But if you guys want something that is American made as possible, and is a high candela throw monster, which these lights absolutely are, and they still carry the proven, combat provenness, I should say, of the SureFire Scout series. This one, again, you have to follow me for the deals, but I've seen it regularly around the $250 price point recently. Of course, Streamlight is not, SureFire is not going to advertise that. That's much lower than their advertised price. But again, really, if you look at the competitors to this, which would be Cloud Defensive and Mod Light, which both, they make good weapon lights as well, those are a good bit more expensive, like a lot more expensive. So in terms of value, it's crazy to say for an expensive light, but for what it is, it does provide a lot of value for sure. So it's going to be, we're lumping all three in, as well as the Mini, which is are the mini size version of this, which is 95,000 candela. So definitely output monsters for sure. And then the last one, we're going for another red dot. I was debating on this one, what to do. I almost put the ACSS Nova in here because I know you guys like it, but I personally don't like it. I like it, but it's not my pick. It's a better way to say it. But I know you all love it. But I went with the second red dot. We went with this guy right here from Sig Sauer. So this is their Romeo 4 XT Pro, the newest edition in their lineup. And once again, you can see my review where I talk about all the different components and stuff like that, but almost the entire thing is made in America as well, which is going to be reflected in the price to a certain point point that we'll get to here in a minute. But this also has the donut of death reticle. It also has the options to swap them out. It has all types of different settings that you can program it to. It also has a fantastic night vision button right there, which allows you to quickly go from night vision into not night vision, right? Daylight, like i.e. somebody hits a switch on the wall and then all of a sudden you're back with the normal illumination that we would need right now, which is a huge feature that it really has not been done in a red dot prior to this. It had only been done in holographic optics, and it is a huge thing if you shoot under nods. If you don't, not that big of a thing, but everything else about it is still fantastic. So a lot of what we said about the AEMS in terms of clarity of the reticle, as well as just not having a lot of tint around it, all those sorts of things, is absolutely true here as well. One thing that I know a lot of people like is the fact that it's powered by a AAA battery, so you don't need a specific type of battery for it. I believe that was a State Department requirement, but in the civilian world, a lot of folks like it as well. It also is aim-point micro mount compatible. So here we have the Bravo company mount on there, which is fantastic. But obviously it comes with its own mount as well. And again, I think this one is not inexpensive. Right now, they're going around $500 depending on sales, depending on codes, stuff like that you can catch. But I think it is one of the absolute best red dots, you know, without a caveat on the market, period, right? So I would put it absolutely up against the aim points that cost almost twice as much. And in a lot of ways, I think if you took the brands off the side of it and you just gave someone like a Aimpoint T2 and you gave them this and asked them which one they like better, I think a lot of people would come away with this. And as of right now, these have, I guess, experience in a lot of elite units around the world, particularly the British, the Netherlands, Australians. The previous version of this, not the current one that we have here, but the previous version has seen widespread military adoption in a lot of elite units. If you guys watch the Christian Craighead, I believe is his name, the gentleman, the British SAS operator, who went and rescued all those people in the hotel in Africa a few years ago now at this point. That's what he was using on his rifle, and that's not a coincidence. A lot of SAS members are using it, and a lot of other elite folks that can use whatever they want. This is the one they're going with these days, and if you actually get one in your hands, use it, I think you'll understand why. It's very, very good. It is not inexpensive though. So just like Holosun, Sig makes budget stuff too. So like, you know, there's Sig, Romeo, MSR, Tango, or whatever. Very good. It's not like this though. This is a next level type of optic. And again, if you actually get it in hand, you will see that it's very, very good. And I think it is great because what it gives you that we didn't have before was something that, in my opinion, is absolutely on par with the Aimpoint T2 series, but doesn't cost Aimpoint T2 money or Comp M5 Micro or whatever, you know. Those elite Aimpoint level optics in terms of just overall performance and bomb proofness, but really about half the cost. So very, very good. And with that, I think that's all I got for you guys. That is going to end the video. Again, as I say in a lot of my videos, I appreciate all of you guys watching, especially this time of year, even more so. I definitely do. If you guys are new here and you haven't liked the video and you haven't hit the subscribe button, those things are easily rectified. You can go ahead and do that now. If you are subscribed and you're not seeing 2 to 4 videos a week on the channel, you are being censored by an algorithm, 100%, because I put the videos up. And in order to get around that, you can sign up for the email at the website here on your screen. This email goes out once a month. It's not spammy at all. Obviously, once a month. It's not very frequently, and it just has rather all of my videos since the previous month's email went out. So that way, the algorithm is not censoring your eyes from my content. And then, as I previously mentioned, we have our daily deals email. It goes out every day. It has the best deals on all of this stuff. Anything you might be interested in here in terms of gear, as well as guns, ammo, everything. If it's in that email, it's the best price on the internet I know of on that particular day. So that way, because I've already done the price comparisons for you, so that way you guys can save money and save time. And it also has a good meme. Everybody likes the meme. So there's that. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you all for watching. I truly appreciate it. I look forward to seeing everybody in the next video.